Welcome to the first annual BMCC Asian Heritage Month Dumpling Challenge. Dumplings can be found the world over and are known by many names, but perhaps nowhere do they come in as many varieties and names as in Asia. Whether you call them jiaozi or guozi, pot stickers or guotie, xiaolongbao, wontons, shumai, or something else, East Asian dumplings are wheat, rice, or egg dough stuffed with pork, chicken, seafood, or vegetables, and are boiled, steamed, or fried. With all of these varieties comes a rich culinary tradition that is often found in festivals, family gatherings, or just meeting up with friends. The BMCC Dumpling Challenge is about you and dumplings. We want to see you make them, share them, or just eat them, your way. To help you along, we have divided things into 3 categories and have our own examples as well. Here are the 3 levels. Master. This is for more traditional homemade dumplings, either pork or vegetarian, that use more traditional ingredients. Everyday. This is for homemade dumplings that might not be so traditional. Ingredients can be more common or more easily found at grocery stores. Substitution and experimentation can be fun. Uber. Do you have a favorite takeout place for dumplings? Order from there and tell us why you like them and what you get. To get you started, here are our versions of these categories. We look forward to seeing your videos by the end of the month. Traditional Chinese dumplings are usually made with a few ingredients, but the main one is pork. There are many recipes online for making traditional dumplings. These are going to be used to create a vegetarian version of a traditional dumpling, but some of the techniques in this video can be used for pork dumplings. The ingredients include white cabbage, also known as Napa cabbage, a few types of mushrooms including wood ear, shiitake, white button mushrooms, and oyster mushrooms, garlic, ginger, scallions, sesame oil, salt, and soy sauce. I am missing Shaoxing cooking wine, which I'm out of. You can also substitute Japanese rice wine. Also, I don't always measure my ingredients. I will give you approximations where I can. If you have a food processor, some of these steps might go faster. I will be doing it the hard way. The first thing we're going to do is chop up the white cabbage. You need to chop it into tiny pieces. Usually I chop one direction, then rotate it so that I chop into smaller pieces. Once all the cabbage has been chopped up, put it in a large bowl, sprinkle salt over the top, then mix the salt in. This will draw the water out of the cabbage so that your dumplings aren't too soggy. Put the bowl to the side for at least 30 minutes while the salt draws the water out. Next up is the mushrooms. I'm using the mushrooms as a meat alternative. With the exception of the wood ear mushrooms, put all the minced mushrooms in a bowl. Take a clove or 2 of garlic, peel it, smash it with the flat side of the knife to release the flavor, and mince it. Add it to the mushroom mix. I lightly sauté the mushroom mix before I add it to the rest of the ingredients. Use sesame oil in the pan. Keep tossing the mushrooms in the pan, allowing the steam to escape. If you want to add a little cooking wine or other sauce for flavor, this is when the mushrooms will absorb it the best. When you are done, carefully remove the mushrooms from the pan, draining off any excess liquid as you go. Now, you can finish chopping or mincing the other ingredients. This includes a few more garlic cloves, scallions, I use both the white and green parts, and ginger. Everything needs to be well minced, since you want to make sure that each dumpling gets a nice mix of all the ingredients and flavor. Once you have everything ready, remove the water from the large bowl of chopped cabbage. I usually wring the cabbage and pour the water out. Once the water is removed, put all of the ingredients into the large bowl and mix. Add a little soy sauce, sesame oil, salt, and pepper to taste. When it is all mixed and the flavor is to your liking, you are ready to fill the wrappers. Before you begin, put some water in a small bowl and have a nonstick surface ready, or lightly flour the bottom of a tray so you have a place to put the finished dumplings. Take half a tablespoon or so of the filling and put it into a wrapper. Dip your finger into the water bowl and lightly coat the edges of a wrapper. This will help the edges stay closed. I pinch the ends, then fold the back side to create the pouch effect. If you have too much filling, the dumpling won't close, or some of the filling will stick out. Sometimes these come apart when cooked.
So it stays flat and pocketed on the back.
When you have completed a few, now it's time to taste test.
Fry them up.
Before you heat the wok, decide how crunchy you want the bottom to be. If you want them to be more fried, you need to prepare a mixture of water and flour to add to the wok. If you want them just slightly brown and more steamed, you can just have boiling water ready. Heat the wok, add oil to the bottom, peanut or canola oil are best, and then add your dumplings. Keep the heat at medium-high to high for a few minutes while the bottoms start to brown. Carefully add the water or water-flour mixture. The oil might pop, and cover it immediately with a lid. The dumplings will now steam on the top and fry on the bottom. If you don't use the mixture, you might want to turn the heat down a little bit for a more steamed effect. Cook until the water or mixture cooks away. Remove the heat, put in a bowl, and choose your dipping sauce. Happy eating!
We'll go for this. To make the spicy chicken yuzu gyoza, I got these ingredients that were asked for over here, including the wonton wrappers from just a local Met supermarket, 4 drumsticks of chicken over here, and you see the different sauces. So basically, I'm going to try to substitute this sauce over here because I can't get to a Japanese supermarket where they sell the yuzu sauce. Another piece is they asked for a wok to cook with, but I am going to be trying this cast iron pan that I typically cook with. It's a really good workhorse in the kitchen, and I think it will sear the wonton really well. Okay, so I'm going to make 3/4 pounds of ground dark meat chicken, so that would be the drumsticks. Just take the skin off. Okay, so pull the skin off and then slice some of the meat off the bones, or if you don't want to do that, then you can probably buy pre-cut meat. Typically I mostly cook, I would say 95% vegetarian. So this is really interesting, doing this for the first time. Given all the meat that I feel like I might be leaving on the bone, maybe we won't get the 30 gyoza that we that the recipe says you get. Okay, so it says 3/4 pounds of ground dark meat. So the ground meat, I figured I would just slice them like this. All right. I think if you have a food processor, you can probably process it. I don't know, maybe I should try it. Try it with the Ninja. Okay, I am going to try chicken in my Ninja. This actually doesn't feel like a lot of chicken, so I think I'll add one more drumstick later on. Okay, so chicken going into the Ninja. Pulse. Oh, actually you can get really good ground chicken. Who knew? Great. Okay. There we have the chicken, and it says to place the ground chicken in a mixing bowl. So we have the ground chicken. I'm going to take out all this chicken here. Now they said to put the ground chicken, whisk together with the togarashi. So I'm using lemon pepper seasoning for this, and it's said to put in pepper, so I'm putting in lemon pepper. I'm also going to put in regular black pepper. It asks for about half a teaspoon, and then it says to put in half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of salt. Okay. It also calls for 2 teaspoons of jalapeno peppers because this is going to be a bit spicy. Seeded and finely minced, so no seeds. Okay, it should be finely chopped. Now it's said to put the dry ingredients in a mixing bowl, but I've already put them in with the chicken, so I'll just try to mix them with the chicken. We next want 1 tablespoon of finely grated ginger. So, okay, here is the grater. So I'll do finely grated. That's on the side. All right, there we go. So they said to sprinkle evenly over the ground chicken. Add the jalapeno. There we go. Add the ginger. Soy sauce. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then instead of the yuzu sauce, I'm going to try this one, which is the ponzu sauce. So yuzu sauce is supposed to be also tangy, okay? And also the ponzu sauce is something I found in Met Supermarket, so I didn't have to go to any specialty Japanese or Asian stores for this. The wonton wraps, also right here. I didn't have to go to any specialty stores for that. That was also just at my local Met supermarket. Okay, now it also says to add the beaten egg whites, so 1 large egg whites. I'm just beating the egg whites. It says lightly beaten until foamy. Alright. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's pretty foamy, so I'm just going to put that in. Now it also asks for scallions, and the scallions, it says 3 tablespoons of minced scallions, so it's the white part. Okay, that's about 1 tablespoon, so I'm going to do 2 more. Alright, so we have the scallions, we need some cilantro. And it asks for 3 tablespoons of minced cilantro. So I'm guesstimating it should be around this much. Oh, this smells really good. There we go. Okay, so I'm mixing all of this. So the chicken is getting really nicely well coated. You can see right there. I've got the chicken mixture right here, and you can see the chicken mixture over here. And the recipe calls for each wonton to have, it says to put in 1 tablespoon of chicken mixture into each wonton, but I think that's going to be too much. I think we're going to need less than that, so yeah, it's already coming out. So I think I'll do half. It's better that it doesn't spill out. And it says to use water, a little bit of water, to seal. So I use water over here on the sides. And then it says to use the pleated, what do you call it? Okay, there we go. Maybe I can, ooh, look, I can make it look like a wonton right there. All right, so I'm going to use a smaller spoon. That spoon was way too big. Let me see if I can do like, okay, just a little bit of, it's half a wonton, sorry, half a tablespoon instead of a full tablespoon that it called for, because I think my wonton wrappers are just a little bit too big. And she says to pleat it, so I'm going to pleat it, but I'm going to try making it kind of look like, you know, wontons. Okay, there we go. Hopefully it stays. Just leave it triangular so that it can cook better against the cast iron. We'll see how it goes. So in the next step, it says to put the chicken in the Cuisin wrappers, and I've done that. This was the chicken mixture right here, and I found that the tablespoon was way too big for the wrappers that I had, so I just cut it down into half a tablespoon, and it might not quite look like this Cuisin, but that's because I don't have circular wrappers, and I have square wrappers, so I made them into little triangles like this. And where I am going to be frying will be in this cast iron pan. I'm going to put in these one by one. What the recipe calls for is to mix the water and flour until the flour has dissolved into the mixture, and then cook until the bottom of the dumplings turn golden brown, about 1 or 2 minutes, and then add half a cup of flour and water mixture into the pan, and it should all react in the hot pan. But you have to be ready with the lid so that when the water and the oil mixes and splatters, you don't have a mess on your hands. Okay, right now I am just letting the dumplings, the Cuisin, cook in the flour and water right here. So I have it covered so it doesn't splatter, and I'm supposed to let it cook until the water mixture dries up. Looks like it's almost done.
Hello guys, we are here in Queens today. We are actually going to be visiting Mom's Momos, which is right around there. Alright guys, so we are here at Momos, Mom's Momos. Today we are going to be interviewing Thierry. He's going to tell us a little bit more about Mom's Momos, how did the name come about, and hopefully we get to try the dish. So Thierry, can you tell us a little bit more about Mom's Momos, how did the name come about?
Me and my brothers, we decided to have to make the shop because my mom makes the momos, and that's all her ingredients.
Wow.
So that's how we call it. It's mom's momos. Mom makes momos. Yeah.
So your mom made the ingredients and you guys are putting the dish together. And through my research, I saw that this is a very, very popular dish in Tibet.
Yes.
Why is it so popular in Tibet?
In Tibet, I grew up in the nomad life, so my parents are all nomad. We have like over 150 yards, and then all the occasions, like many New Year's, and then even to this celebration, we make momos. We don't have any momos. So after my mom makes all the momos, we events, sometimes on the birthdays. Yeah, and then everybody eats, not just my family. My family is rest of my village or Tibet area. Everybody has a momo, but they make it different way. It depends on how the skin. Momo skin is very different than the other people make it.
Right.
And also the ingredients and how they put things in. Yeah, and the sauce and yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And what I see that you guys have a lot of different things that go into momos. But what are some popular fillings? What are some popular momos that people often get when they are purchasing?
Right here, for like Asian people, they tend to go to the beef momos. For that's other nationality people, they like chicken momos.
Chicken.
So yeah, and then beef also mixed with other some herbs, things like that. But everything's from scratch and they made it, and then people we make handmade, and then the chicken one has celery and also scallions, everything is up. So and then this is really popular chicken here, and then I have more
any BMCC students, staff, faculty, what are your hours like during these times? When can they come by and be able to try out your delicious momos?
We always open from 11:30 to 12. Yeah.
So 11:30 a.m. to 12 midnight?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So no excuses. They are able to come here,
Yes.
try out your wonderful dish.
Yes.
And yeah, so the next step, I think I want to give it a try, purchase a few momos,
Yes.
and then hopefully you guys could see what the momos actually look like. So let's give it a try. Real quick, what do we have here? We have
That's
chicken,
and then the side. They want to look the same. So
Veggies?
Veggies. Yeah.
Like this
The
one?
other one's
beef. All right, guys. So let's give it a try. Let's see how it tastes. And the sauce. What's the sauce?
we have the white sauce.
White sauce?
Mixed with a little bit of yogurt.
Oh,
And
nice.
white sauce. Yeah. And then other hot sauce. Everything is made it. Yeah. So it's
And I'm shaking a little bit because it's freezing today. All right, so let's give it a shot. Alright, guys. So hopefully this warms me up. We're gonna try with 5 minutes. So this is how it looks. Dip it in sauce. Really, really good. I'm trying. Alright guys, we tried out the momos. The best one, our preference, our favorite one was the beef one. So we are taking home some momos with us. We have the chili sauce. So we are very, very thankful. Thank you so much for giving us this experience. And hopefully other, like I mentioned before, students, faculty, staff can try out your great dish. Very accessible. It's right next to the train station. So you guys, take some time to come in.
Hey guys, this is Albert. I'm doing the dumpling challenge at BMCC. So today I'm lazy. I went to the store and I got myself some dumplings. So this place is called Prince Dumplings. It is in Flushing, and I'm gonna show you guys what I got. Okay. So if you order this in Chinese, it's called samsek gao. These are wontons. So there are 3 different types of wontons here. There are shrimp wontons, there are pork wontons, and then there are shrimp and watercress, which is a type of vegetable wonton. If you look in here, so this is what you get for $7. All right, so there are 9 wontons in here, right? If you pick them out a little bit, you will see, sorry, they're kind of stuck together. You'll see that there is noodles on the bottom, and there are veggies. There's like a layer of veggies, nice and green veggies, right? And it comes with a soup. So this is the soup that it comes with. So usually what you would do is you would heat up the soup and just pour it in, and it'll soak up some of it'll hydrate a little, and it's gonna be a little bit easier to eat. The reason why it's so yellow is because the wonton skins, they use egg in the making of the skin, so that's why it's very thin and it's very yellow. Super easy to eat. I highly recommend this place. It's called Prince Noodles. I'm gonna put up the address later on. And this is the same order. It's also the samsik gao, so it's 3 different types of wontons. Vegetables, same vegetables, but the only difference is that I got the noodles, I got the egg noodles on the bottom. So this is usually what you get. If you order just noodles, this is what you get. The white one is called hao fan, which is a flat noodle that they cut up. Right? And it's yellow because they use a lot of egg in making these egg noodles. Okay? Hey guys, this is Albert with another dumpling video. I ordered this from Shanghai Zhen Gong Fu, which is a place in Queens, on Queens Boulevard in Elmhurst. I know that the owners of this restaurant are Shanghainese, but the folks that work there are actually Cantonese. So you do see a little bit of Cantonese food in the menu that they offer. So the first item that I'm going to talk about is the siu mai or shu mai. I know most of you may recognize this name from ordering sushi. It's usually one of the freebies, but I don't know if you can see how big this is. I'm going to put a can of soda next to it to see the actual size of this. This is actually a lot bigger than what you usually get in a bento box. What's in it is these types of dumplings have pork and shrimp in it. Usually you can get this at dim sum. It's a little, snack. It's a piece of meat wrapped in egg noodle, basically. Over here are leek and pork dumplings. So it's, leek is kind of like chives or green onions. They're like a green type of onion-ish grass thing. They mix it with pork. So usually they would boil these, and usually there is a type of a soy sauce that would go with it. So this soy sauce would probably go with this with this. And these, I know some of you guys might know what these are, but for those who don't, these are soup dumplings or xiao long baos. So xiao long bao in Cantonese, I think it means literal translation, little dragon buns. But what they mean to say is that they were steamed in small batches. I know I've seen people make these dumplings before. So usually what they do is they fill the dumpling and they usually freeze it. So when they do cook it, the frozen and the fatty parts start to melt. It creates some sort of soup inside the dumpling. So if I were to actually bite into this, I would burn myself because it would be very hot. This one right here is filled with pork and crab. And this one over here is filled with mushroom and pork. I think this is like their specialty dumpling. This is like the priciest one. Yeah, so thank you guys for checking out my dumpling video. I hope you guys submit your own. Happy Asian Heritage Month.